What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my Godzilla comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to talk about Godzilla War For Humanity, issue number 105. That's right, a new Godzilla comic book series is out this week, and I'm here to talk about it. So, yeah, this is kind of a little bit of a surprise to me. I kind of just checked the Comixology thing, because I never see really any promotion for half these Godzilla comic books, and I think it's kind of a shame. Like, I do follow IDW's, like, Twitter account, but they just never say, hey, new Godzilla comic book out of the way. I'm like, I have to kind of just check online to see, like, when new stuff comes out. And I'm like, okay, here we go. Godzilla War For Humanity, issue 1. It is written by Andrew MacLean, artwork by Jake Smith, editor David Marriott, letters by Russ Wooton, and designed by Nathan Wittick. So, yes, this is a brand new Godzilla comic book series, and it's going to be 5 issues, which I'm good. It gives time to kind of flesh things out a little bit, and it's going to be, hopefully it'll be a pretty good time. So, the first issue was interesting. The artwork style by Jake Smith is a rather unique style, but let's quickly summarize what happens in this thing. We do get a new Kaiju in this thing, and the ending made me smile, because it's like, finally, we're going to get something I've been wanting out of Godzilla for a long time, and I'll tell you about that in a second. So, to summarize what happens, the focal point of the story is on this girl named Yuko Honda. Now, as you see, the name Yuko Honda, of course, is in reference to Ishiro Honda, the original director of Godzilla. But the start of the issue is 25 years ago in Japan. She was attacked, she was caught up in a Hedorah attack, and all hope seemed to be lost. Then, of course, Godzilla comes in and saves the day, and ever since then, she's had an obsession with Godzilla. She's admired the creature, and in her eyes, Godzilla is a hero. So, she's got elements of Shindo from Godzilla vs. King Hedorah mixed in with Dr. Ichiro Serizawa from the MonsterVerse, where he kind of believes in Godzilla, is there to kind of restore balance and all that other stuff you've kind of seen before. And so yeah, Godzilla saved the day. Like I said, this art style is actually really unique, kind of creative, and I like the way it looks visually. Like, look at that right there. Like, it stands out. Like, I haven't really seen this kind of art style before, and I actually kind of like it quite a bit. But Yuko there, she also has issues with her mom, which I'm sure will play a factor in later on in the series. But she's later becomes this, like, doctor on Godzilla and stuff. She's given a speech about, like, hey, imagine if Godzilla hadn't been there to stop Hedorah, like, all the damage that could have been done. And then, of course, she had this billionaire tech bro, as she kind of calls them, that she had issues with, named Phazon Fullcheck. I mean, I love the names here. They're kind of goofy and ridiculous. But yeah, so he brings up some footage. He kind of hacks it like, I guess, Robert Downey Jr. or like Tony Stark did in Iron Man 2 when Justin Timber is giving some sort of speech sort of way. Billionaire tech bros. And on the screen, we get to see Gorosaurus, who was later attacked by this new Kaiju named Zoospora. At first, I was like, is this supposed to be Biologically? Because again, this is a uniquely different, distinct style from some Godzilla comic books that I'm kind of used to. But no, this is the new monster known as Zoospora. It's a bit of a fungus. He's got hands. He's kind of reminiscent of Biolante. Lives in the ground, if you will, and has like some fungal spore things, and is kind of able to hypnotize and manipulate various Kaiju to kind of do his bidding, if you will. So Yuko gets recruited to join this the scientific crew to kind of stop this and to understand and study the Zoospora thing. Now, the billionaire tech bro guy is going to with him, he has Mogera he's going to launch to try and stop this thing, but she, of course, is in the belief of Godzilla. So, like I said, like Ishiro Serizawa in the MonsterVerse, if you will. And then, of course, like they do some investigating to see where Godzilla's at. And, of course, the biggest surprise for me is Minya is in this issue. That's right. We're going to get Dadzilla again. Like, even like when they're on Monster Island, Godzilla comes in to save his butt, if you will. Like I said, I mean, that stuff to me is all like nice and wholesome, and she's like wondering where Godzilla's at by the end of the issue to kind of save the day. But yeah, so Minya is back. We're getting Dadzilla. Like, my God, like they're actually letting them like have Godzilla be a dad again. I mean, it's been so long since I've read a Godzilla comic book or seen anything with like Minya in it that I just kind of like have to smile, because I'm like, thank goodness. I know Minya is not exactly everyone's favorite per se in terms of like Godzilla monsters, but I liked Godzilla being a dad. Like, I think the Dadzilla elements to it were something that just kind of like help flesh out the character a little bit more, get us to see a new side of Godzilla. And I like seeing Godzilla as a dad. I like seeing in the Heisei era. The last time we really got to see that in a movie or anything was freaking Final Wars, and I think it's a shame. I want to see Godzilla act as a father. We get to see like a new side to him that we don't really get to see beforehand. So like him just kind of being there to look out for Manila and that stuff, like that warmed my heart a little bit. Like that gave me a big smile on my face by the end of the issue. But all things considered, I did like this issue overall. Like I said, I like the art style. I think it's kind of a unique one. It really kind of pops off the page, if you will. I'm intrigued to see this new monster, Zoospora. Some of the names, like I said, with that that billionaire tech bro, like I kind of got a chuckle out of that a little bit too. So there's definitely some fun to be had within this series. And like I said, it looks unique. We're finally getting a little bit of a taste of Dadzilla, which is something we haven't had in quite a long time. So I'm thankful for that. And I'm interested to see where the story goes from here. Like with the fact that this character of Zoospora is able to kind of manipulate various titans and kind of mind control them a little bit. So there's some intrigue there with that element, if you will. So yeah, I enjoyed this issue overall. I say it's worth checking out because I like what IDW has done with Godzilla. I mean, pretty much every comic book that they've done since I started covering it, even with like Monsters and Protectors going back a few years ago, I've been enjoying and having fun talking about them all. So yeah, like I said, new Kaiju, kind of some stuff we've seen in Godzilla stories before with the whole, like, you have a human character who is like an obsession and love and sees Godzilla as a hero where other people don't really see that. But it's kind of taking elements a little bit, like even kind of reminiscent of Destroy All Monsters with the whole Monster Island concept where everyone's kind of monitoring it. So it's kind of pulling from various things of the Godzilla series. But we're getting a new Kaiju, and we're actually getting to see Godzilla as a dad again, which I've been asking and clamoring for a really long time. So hopefully that delivers a pretty satisfying follow-up issue. But yeah, like I said, I'm happy with this one. Like we're getting some things I've been wanting to see in Godzilla for a long time. So yeah, if you have any thoughts on this particular issue, let me know what you thought of it in the comments section down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content. This will be it in terms of my comic book reviews for the week. So I got my DC comic book stuff done, and I got my Godzilla comic book stuff done, and I'm ready to go for the next phase of things. So yeah, that's all I have to say. As always, take care now. Bye-bye then, and I will see you all in the next video. Peace.